Do you think DoorDash is the only way to make money? Well, it's not. And I'm going to prove that right now with over $1,000 week, and it wasn't DoorDash. Now, I do a lot of DoorDash content on this channel. For years, though, I have preached multi-apping is the way to go and to make money. And I truly believe that. Every week, DoorDash is a front runner, and it's one of my biggest money makers. And I have a goal each week I set for myself just on DoorDash. Well, one of you guys challenged me that I only see you posting about DoorDash and you say you multi-app. Can you make your goal on another app besides DoorDash? So the answer to that is yes. And thank you for the challenge. For those of you who don't know me and are coming here for the very first time, I have over 16 apps altogether that I use because I believe more is better when it comes to the gig economy. You never know what tomorrow will bring, which one is going to perform better, which one works better with other apps. And it's all market dependent. I get asked all the time, what are your 16 apps? And I'm not going to sit here and list all of them because what I work could be something completely different in your market. But let me ask you, what apps do you work in your own market and what combination works best for you? Go ahead, let me know. So it got me thinking, how do I challenge myself? Because this is a challenge after all, right? It's easy to do the ones that I've already shown on this channel. I've shown I can do over $1,000 on Walmart Spark. I've shown that I can do over $1,000 on Uber Eats. What's next? Now, when I talk goals, everyone's goal is different, and that's okay because it's something personal to your own individual self. You might be doing this part-time, or you might have a different motivation by doing DoorDash. And everyone's financial situation is different, but you need to come up with your own goals. So go ahead, let me know in the comments, what is your DoorDash weekly goal, or do you even have one? So here is the one app that I haven't challenged myself to do. Instacart. Now, this video isn't about just Instacart. It's about challenging yourself like I did, not to rely on DoorDash, and see what you can achieve without it. And it's a good app in my market to multi-app with, and it's a secondary app for me. So what were my results? Well, here it is. Now, just like when I show my DoorDash totals, these are not my only earnings. I still did DoorDash last week. My whole entire point of this is if DoorDash went away tomorrow, say you got deactivated or the company just completely went under, what do? I've said this before and I'll say it again. Do not be one app reliant. Have a backup plan. Always have one. I know confidently that there is money to be made in this gig economy. You need to go out and find it. Maybe you just don't like doing DoorDash anymore and you need to find a different app that makes you a little bit happier to do. Whatever it is in your area, these companies, especially DoorDash, are not reliant on you as a driver. You're just another number that gets orders delivered. So don't be loyal just to one company. I've also said this for years, follow the money. If one is working, find which one that is. And this could be a daily thing. Or if one isn't working, move on to another one. There is not one day that I work that is ever the same. I think that's why I like doing this so much. I don't work the same apps every single day I go out and work. I don't rely on them producing the same every single day as well, even though I have my own personal goals. These apps are just so unpredictable and you can't control what comes to your phone. You can only control what orders you take. So what did I learn from doing this challenge? Honestly, it's another app that I can make my goals on. Not that I doubted it, because I've made decent money on Instacart, but I've never tried it the way that I did last week. I learned that I can really do anything and I can work any app And it's not just about DoorDash, even though they're a big producer in my area. You know, it's funny when you hear people complaining, and I'm one of them, but you hear people complaining about DoorDash and how horrible it is. And the question is what are you doing about it? You can either keep working it and keep making money, or you can move on and do something else. Well, you have other apps to choose from if you're not happy doing it. And you never know, it might actually produce more money for you. And you might say DoorDash who down the road or in the future. You never know what you can do until you try it. It's always saying, don't knock it until you try it. Well, don't knock an app until you try it, because you might even just have better results than what you were thinking about. So why shouldn't you just rely on DoorDash? Well, let's face it. The app is always changing. The app is nothing like it was when I first started it 7 years ago. And let's be honest, it can be frustrating as all heck to work it some days, especially if you're a platinum dasher and you're trying to maintain a high acceptance rate. Nothing is worse than trying to do your best and then them keep sending crap order after crap order. And you're like, my acceptance rate keeps going down. How am I going to remain platinum if this keeps up? Well, my solution, and has always been my solution, is I turn DoorDash off and I go to a different app until I feel as though I can go back to it and it can produce for me again. Another thing with DoorDash is you never know when you're going to get a contract violation. Just did a video on that. You're never going to know when you're going to get deactivated for no apparent reason. Like, that's the real. And if any of those things happen, what do you do? How do you still make money? If you have other apps that you're working, it won't be an issue. And you can just move on and keep making money and keep making your goals. At the end of the day, even though I did this challenge, I'm still making DoorDash one of my top priorities because it still gives me a good amount of money and it still produces my weekly goals that I am used to doing. I still like working the app. I just don't always agree with some of the business practices that DoorDash does to its dashers. But in the end of the day, as long as it's making money for me, I'm going to continue on using it. It just means that I have other apps that I still use that produce even more money than what my goal really is. And that's how I'm making money in this gig economy. So I'm going to challenge you, is if you are only doing DoorDash, find a new app to sign up for. Uber Eats, Grubhub, shopping. There are so many apps out there. Pick one, sign up for one, and see what it does in your own market. I'm also going to challenge you veteran drivers out there that already multi-app. If you're finding yourself like me and DoorDash is your number one moneymaker, challenge yourself to work a different app to see if it could produce the same amount of time. Put your focus somewhere else so you know if push comes to shove and DoorDash went away tomorrow, you're not going away. You're still going to go make money. You know, like I said, we talk a lot about DoorDash on this channel. If you're looking for more DoorDash information, I'm going to suggest you're going to want to check this one out next, and I'll see you over there.